Yes.
How does this industry? Hold on, before I get to that, I want you to talk about, and this is going to segue straight into what I was about to go to, but where did you come from, and how did the opportunity present itself for you to be who you are? Take us through it.
Meaning to get into the business?
Right.
So I grew up in San Francisco. I was going to Cal State Hayward, which is also in Northern California. And really, I had no idea what I was going to do as a career. I just knew I wanted to be a successful businesswoman. So I was going to school to be a successful businesswoman. I ended up in advertising. But while I was in college, there was a friend that was recruiting girls for the Miss Black California pageant. And so me and some of my friends, we were like, whatever, we'll do it. What you do in the pageant? You know, how that works.
You know what I'm saying?
So we did this pageant, and I had no idea what I was going to do for the talent part because, you know, I don't sing. Well, I do sing, but it sounds terrible.
We all do.
I don't dance. Well, I dance, but it ain't nothing special. It's special to me,
You
but
groove.
to nobody else.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I groove. So I didn't know what I was going to do for the talent. And I was talking with my mom and my aunt. And so we came up with this idea that I would do a monologue from the play for colored girls who considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. That's the name of the play.
What?
So I took a monologue from that play, and I performed that in the pageant. And one of the judges of the pageant was a producer that was casting for a stage play that they were getting ready to take on tour. And after the pageant, he asked me if I would be interested in auditioning for this play. And again, had no idea about
Nothing.
none of it. I was like, so what do you do at an audition? What do you do? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Yo, so your name is what now? Right.
So he gave me the information to come to the Black Repertory Theater, which was in Berkeley, California. So I show up at the theater when he tells me to come. He told me to bring a picture and bring a resume. I was like, okay. So the night before my audition, I took a picture. Now, this is how long ago it was. I had my college roommate take a picture with the Polaroid camera.
Right.
So Yep. So that's what I brought for my picture to my audition. And my resume was a regular working resume.
How many pictures did you take though?
I just brought one. I mean, I probably took several.
I swear.
And I had on way too much makeup because I didn't know what I was doing. I did my own makeup. It was like pink up here and pink cheeks.
That's not saying friend love. That ain't
terrible.
nothing but good love. That ain't nothing, you know.
Terrible.
Soulful chick. That's all.
Very soulful and very sassy. So I go with my picture. I go with my regular working resume. I was working at the Marriott Hotel. I had worked at Avis, McDonald's. So that was my resume I brought to my acting audition.
Debut.
Yes.
Right. The first time acting,
First time doing any of it. So I get to the theater, and the lobby is full of other actors that are auditioning. And they're like real actors. Like they've been studying theater. Right. So they're like doing their theater exercises, like humming, stretching, doing all this weird
You're
shit.
looking around
Like, doing all this weird stuff. And I'm just like looking around like, ooh, these people are weird. And so they finally call my name. I go in and I meet the director and the playwright. And so they give me some material to read. And so I take it and I read the material. And the director, who was like super artsy, a thespian who had studied at ACT in San Francisco, he wore Birkenstocks, chewing on a liquid tree bark thing. So he was super, he almost looked like a homeless man, but he was just super artsy.
Yeah.
And he changed my life.
Wow.
His name is Paul Roach. And so he gave me the material. I read it. He gave me some notes. He was like, look, this character is really sassy. So can you read it again? And this time, you know, just do it
Put that
sassy.
San Fran in there.
Exactly. What I used to get in trouble for all the time, being too sassy and flip with my mouth.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I could do that.
Right. That's
So I read
easy.
it again. Easy. And they called me that night and offered me the part in the play.
What?
And I was like, what? I was like that. Mama! Yes! Yes! Mama, they offered me a part in this play and blah, blah, blah. Should I go? Can I go? And she was like, yes, go. When is that ever going to happen to you? I was like 20.
Okay.
I was like 20. And but I left school. I left school to do this tour. And the blessing was Paul Roach, who was our director. He toured with us and he started training us in the craft of acting.
Wow.
Introducing me to all the theater greats, the books to read, the movies to watch. And I just got bit by the bug and I loved it. And I was like, this is what I do. This is what I do right here. And I just kept studying and kept doing it and moved to LA after that tour ended after about 2 years. And the rest is her story.
So, I like what you did with that her story.
Yes.
But as I was reading just things about you, right? And if that story isn't a perfect indication of just having faith.
Yes, absolutely.
Faith.
Absolutely.
And, my father's a preacher. So I come from the cloth. As they say. I know what's right from wrong. I just don't always do right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But, he who cast the first stone.
I would never.
The thing is, you can't have faith and fear
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
And in this phase of my life, I'm operating all off faith.
Yep.
And just like you just jumped out and said, you know what? It's going to be what it's going to be. And God take the wheel. Like, no Tesla auto ride. Like, this is cruise control.
Yep.
Boom. I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to do my part with
Yep.
preparing. You give me the instructions. I'm going to do that. You did that, and it led you to who and what you are right now and what
That's
you
right.
represent. And I'm big on that. So I want you to speak on just the energy. You're big on manifestation. How did we get to that point, too?
Again, it is all just grounding in faith and just knowing that my presence here is the gift, right? So I go into spaces not looking for what am I going to get out of this? What can they give me? It's more of what can I give them in this moment with you right here, right now? What can I give you that is going to make you just happier or more peaceful or something, whether it's a smile or a laugh or a joke or whatever it is. What can I give? And I operate in that space. And so I'm very protective, and it's been developing even more as I've gotten older, because you get jaded at times and you just feel like you're always fighting, and then
results.
just as you get older, you're like, just relax, because whatever is yours and whatever is meant to be, it's gonna happen if you relax and let it, and stop trying to fight for it to be something that you think it should be. So like that time in my life when I just felt free and excited to just jump and take an opportunity, I was just that. I was just free. And there's no better feeling in the world or no better place to be than free. And when we try to control stuff or make it the way we think it should be, then we're just fighting and we're not free.
We're forcing a screw in a flathead, and a Phillip head, and it's just making.
And I'm just not there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just not there anymore. I feel more free now than I have, in many years. Like I feel like I'm that young again. And all the opportunities are just opening up, and I'm just like taking advantage of them as they're coming.
Right.